But when you get to the rest of this rotation, I mean, I think a lot of it for me depends on the health of Justin Verlander and Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray has an off season where he came off, where he actually got himself ready for a season, not rehabbing his elbow from Tommy John. Justin Verlander had a shorter season last year, didn't make a lot of starts, but he's shown in spring training that he still has what it takes to win at this level. So I think the starting rotation right now is the strength of this team.
Yeah, health for that rotation will be key. As you mentioned, Justin Verlander, 42 years old. One of the oldest pitchers, well, actually the oldest pitcher in Major League Baseball, not one of. All right, we are having a great time here this Thursday. Happy opening day, everybody. We're going to get you inside the broadcast booth with Kruk and Kuip, and we'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
The Giants' 2025 season begins in Cincinnati at Great American Ballpark. Opening day is here, and today the Giants and Reds meet in Game 1 of the series, and it's right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. I'm in Cincinnati. Mike is in our studios in San Francisco. So, hey, look, it's a great day for baseball. And if we look back at what the Giants did in spring training, they had a great spring, won a lot of games, did a lot of things right. And I guess the question for me, Mike, to you is, can that carry over into this game here in Cincinnati and the season?
Well, that's a big question mark that surrounds this team. They won more games in spring training than any other team in baseball. The culture changed in the offseason when the Giants named Buster Posey the president of baseball ops. So now Giants fans are going to get a chance to see Buster Ball. What did they do during spring training? They hit well with 2 strikes. They hit well with 2 outs. They ran the bases well. They played good defense. Pitchers threw strikes. And this is how they're going to win games this year. No longer are they going to try and rely on the 3-run homer at Oracle Park. They're going to play a more, well, older style of baseball, and they whet the appetite of the Giants fans with what they did this spring, and now they have to back it up when this first game of the season starts.
All right, opening day and also Buster Posey's birthday. All right, stay tuned. We'll take you back to the NBC Sports Bay Area studios for more, and we'll do that right after this.
This telecast is brought to you by Toyota, class-leading MPG, and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places. By Cache Creek Casino Resort, Northern California's premier entertainment destination. And by Heffernan, because you're different.
Imagine. The Giants and Reds facing off on opening day for just the 4th time in each of their storied histories. Pete Rose and Joe Morgan featured outside of Great American Ballpark. And we've got George Kontos and Rich Aurelia featured here in the NBC Sports Bay Area studios. I'm Laura Britt. Happy opening day, everybody. Glad to have you along for the ride this Thursday. We didn't get the chance to talk about Hunter Greene. That's who the Giants lineup will be facing today on the mound for the Reds. How does this lineup best attack Hunter Greene?
Well, I mean, you got to be ready for a high-velocity fastball. I mean, he averages 98, 99 miles an hour on the fastball. He had the highest WAR with Tarek Skubal of any starting pitcher in Major League Baseball last year at 6.3, and led baseball in starting pitchers with a 183 average against. So they got their work cut out for them.
It's opening day. You know, everyone's created equal right now. Everyone's got an 0-0 record, so continue what they've been doing in spring training and looking forward to a very, very good season. Giants baseball.
As all of you know, the Giants finished spring training with the best record in all of the majors across the Cactus League as well as the Grapefruit League. So exciting times ahead. We get you out to Giants baseball after this.
Hurry in for a great deal on the most awarded.
Week presented by PNC Bank. Back here at Great American Ballpark, the Reds have taken the field. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. So here in Cincinnati on this Thursday late afternoon, our game time weather is 61 degrees. You see the winds are light. Humidity is just about right as we get ready for the first game of the season. And what is in Cincinnati, this is a holiday. All right, let's take a look at the Giants lineup, and it's brought to you by your Bay Area Chevrolet dealers. In the leadoff spot will be Lamont Wade Jr., followed by Willie Adames, his first opening day in a Giants uniform. Jung-Hoo Lee is hitting in the third spot. Then it's Chapman, Ramos, and Patrick Bailey. Wilmer Flores gets the nod as the DH, followed by Mike Yastrzemski, and then hitting ninth is Tyler Fitzgerald.
On the hill for the Cincinnati Reds today will be Hunter Greene, the 25-year-old right-hander, 6'5", 242-pounder. See what he did last year, 9-5 with a 2.75 ERA. Look at the innings pitch, 150, 169 strikeouts against 57 walks. He is a hard thrower, former first-round pick, second overall back in the 2017 draft. Let's take a look at the StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. On Hunter Green, what he throws, you're going to see a fastball about over half the time. His slider is his go-to pitch. He's also got a splitter and a curve he'll throw at you. But the four-seamer average is 97 plus. I mean, it's a healthy fastball, and he's not afraid to challenge with it.
So here we go. First pitch of the season from Hunter Green. And here it is to Lamont Wade. And Wade doesn't waste any time as he fouls this one out of play. So we get started at 4:11 here in Cincinnati. And a strike call on the inside corner, and just like that, it's 0-2. Green's got a healthy fastball, and you're going to see a lot of them today. Foul back, and another fastball at 100.
That's just mano.
Here's Ron Culpa behind the dish, followed by Corey Blazier, Manny Gonzalez, and Alex Tozzi. And a pop-up. It's De La Cruz, and that's how this season gets started.
All right, let's take a look at the defense. Starting in the outfield for the Reds from left to right, it'll be Lux, Friedel, and Fraley. That's your outfield. De La Cruz and Candelario on the left side of the infield. McLean and Encarnacion on the right side. Jose Trevino, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs.
Here's Willie Adames. Adames had a good spring. And of course, those years with the Brewers, he came into Cincinnati a lot. And because of that, he's faced Hunter Green 14 times. He's got 3 hits, and 2 of those hits home runs. Here he chases on the 2-0 pitch, and it's 2-1. This is a sellout today. I mean, downtown became alive starting at about 8 o'clock this morning. Swing, gonna miss. 2-2.
Well, there's no school on baseball's opening day here in Cincinnati. It's a great tradition.
Yeah, and they really kind of start out today with the Findlay Market Parade. Pop back and out of play. And it was well attended. They said last year they had 120,000. And part of the parade are the players. They're all in convertibles, and they run right through downtown. Got him.
100 mile an hour, third one in a row, right across the knees. You can see the frame job on the low pitch, caught beautifully by Trevino, the catcher. And Ron Culpa says that looks pretty good from here.
Here's Jung-Hoo Lee, and he takes a strike. Giants have never, in 11 1/3 innings lifetime against Hunter Green, they've never scored an earned run. And a quick 0-2.
He's got good stuff, and he's gotten better every year. An all-star last year for the National League. Got a good strike zone to work with today. Ron Culpa behind the plate. He's a pitcher's umpire. He's got a big zone.
Strikeout to end the inning. So a nice inning for Hunter Green. Webb coming out. No score. The Reds are coming up here in the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at Terry Francona's lineup, and is brought to you by your Bay Area Chevrolet dealers. It'll be Friedel to lead things off, followed by McLean. The very talented Elly De La Cruz is at short hitting third. Then it's the former Dodger Gavin Lux, the cleanup hitter. Candelario will hit fifth, followed by Steer, Encarnacion Strand. Jake Fraley will hit in the ace spot, and Jose Trevino will hit ninth.
On the hill for the Giants today, opening it up will be Logan Webb, making his 4th opening day assignment appearance. Webb, 6'1", 225-pounder, 28 years of age. In his 6th year at the big league level, and lifetime against the Reds, 2-2 with a 1.64 ERA.
Boy, they got a nice strike zone today, both Green and Webb.
Yeah, Ron Copa, the plate umpire, he's good if you're a pitcher. And he loves it when guys work quick.
So a quick 0-2 to Friedel. Got him. So Webb starts out with a strikeout.
Let's take a look at the StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud on Logan Webb. He's going to throw a sinker about 40% of the time, a fastball almost half the time, but his changeup, slider, both really good pitches. He's got 3 strikeout pitches, and the cutter has become a good pitch too. That's a pitch to contact pitch, but very confident in throwing anything at any time.
Here's Matt McLean, who missed the entire season last year. He had some shoulder surgery.
And a shoulder injury.
But boy, is he ever a really talented young player. Matt McLean. And a swing, says Corey Blazier. Boy, these umpires here in Cincinnati did not agree.
All 43,000 of them.
And guess what color they're wearing?
Yeah, they don't call them the Cincinnati Reds for nothing.
That's a fact.
I love the camera angle of looking over the top of the pitcher. Take a look at the swing. That's a swing. If he hits it, it's out of here. But when you see that angle of the camera over the top of the pitcher, you really see how big the breaking balls are.
Got him. Top of the strike zone.
Let's take a look at the Giants defense, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Ramos, Lee, and Yastrzemski. Good arms across the board. Adames and Chapman on the left side of the infield. Fitzgerald and Wade on the right side. Patrick Bailey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Elly De La Cruz. This is his 2nd career opening day as he swings and misses 0-2.
Big tall fella, 6'5". That's tall for a shortstop. Giants pitchers were excited coming to the Great American Ballpark because they changed the mound. It used to be the lowest mound in all of baseball, and now it's pumped up to be similar to most mounds that these guys will pitch on this year on the road.
Yeah, and it's not 95 degrees.
You know, when you look at your schedule, you always look, when do they come into Cincinnati? Because heat is an issue here in the summer.
So De La Cruz goes from 0-2 to 3-2. Now this, if you're Logan Webb, he's got 2 choices. He can throw a fastball, or let's see if he throws a changeup. Foul back. The Reds last year were 77 and 85. The Giants 80 and 82. And the walk.
Well, and now let the games begin, because Elly De La Cruz is one of the premier base stealers in the National League.
Had 65 last year. Here's Gavin Lux. Strange to see Lux in any other uniform than the Dodgers, but here he is. Right away, Webb keeps an eye on De La Cruz. Lux has 23 lifetime at bats against Webb. He's 5 for 23 with 4 doubles. Very high.
De La Cruz is going to go. It's just a matter of time. He's got a full house here to play in front of. You know he wants to steal a base. Logan Webb will give Patrick Bailey a chance to throw out Cruz. He's quick out of the stretch. That last unload time, 1.06. That's quick.
So we're looking at Webb, Mike, for the first time out of the stretch, and whether that is creating this 3-0 count or not, we don't know, but it is the first time.
Unless you don't know how much Elly De La Cruz is in his head. I mean, you have a base stealer over there. You have to keep him close. You've got to be quick. All of a sudden, your concentration could get fractured.
Good count to go on, and it's a walk. Here's Jeimer Candelario. So kind of an odd inning. 2 strikeouts and then 2 walks. Giants outfield pretty much straight away as there's a fly ball towards the gap. Diving and trapping it is Yastrzemski. 1 run's going to score, and it's 1-0.
Tell you what, that's some kind of play when you figure that Yastrzemski out in right field lays out for this. If that ball gets by him, it's at least 2 runs and maybe even an inside Parker. And he smothers the 1-hop. That's just a great play. And that prevented a run.
So right off the bat here in the first inning, we get our first look at JP Martinez. With 2 outs, Cruz was going to obviously score easily.
Well, and all this has happened once he got in the stretch. And if JP Martinez thinks that he's a little too quick, he may suggest slow it down a little bit.
Spencer Steer, he's the DH, and there's a called strike.
When you think about a guy like De La Cruz, a base stealer, and the first time, on a geeked up day when you got adrenaline going, you've got to find rhythm out of the stretch. A base stealer can mess with that.
Yep. This is the 3rd opening day start for Spencer Steer. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. It's always been a little bit of an issue for Webb the first inning. It's off the plate. 3-1.
Now he's got a base to play with here.
And Webb gets the call. 3-2.
That's an example of that big strike zone from Ron Copa. That was a big strike to get. And Steer has to expand his zone now. He can go right back out there again.
Runner goes, and that'll end the inning. Webb, in the end, strikes out the side. A couple of walks and a hit after one. It's 1-0 Reds. Well, get free MLB.TV with T-Mobile. Redeem today at T-Mobile.com/MLB. Here's Chapman. And Green pours in a strike. Chapman 1 for 7 lifetime against Green. He's pumping strikes right
there,
now.
0-1 count. And they're high velocity strikes, and that last one you can't have better location with.
Ramos to follow, and then Patrick Bailey. Got him.
4 pitches, 4 fastballs. Well, suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Go to MLBshop.com, the official gear for your San Francisco Giants gear.
Up and into Ramos. Ramos hits a high pop-up. This could be playable. And it will not be. Just into the seats. Encarnacion Strand. A Bay Area kid, born in Walnut Creek. And it's a ball and a strike.
No finesse there. That's just reach back, cut loose with a fastball. Staying on the outside part of the plate. This is a good place to hit home runs. It's a hitter's ballpark. Right now, he's got so much arm speed, so much velocity. He's throwing right through the break with that slider. It's a pitch that he really can't rely on.
I think there's an
But that's
example of
adrenaline.
Ramos having to cheat a little bit to get to the fastball. And consequently, you have to swing at a pitch out of the strike zone. Four strikeouts in a row for Hunter Green, and here's Bailey.
Well, they set a target right behind home plate, and he winds up throwing a nice fastball right above the hands. That's perfect location, so I don't want to be in a perfect mistake. But again, the fastball, his main weapon.
Bailey 0 for 5 lifetime against Hunter Green. So he's seen 2 of Green's pitches, and it's a quick 0-2. Got him. Strikes out the side, 5 in a row. Webb coming back out. 1-0 Reds.
Opening week, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.
Hey, we got a crowd here in Cincinnati. As here's Encarnacion Strand, who takes the first pitch for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. There's a strike.
I always thought it was fun to play in Cincinnati. Great crowd. Happy crowd. Not all crowds are happy.
Sharply hit and dug out nicely at second by Fitzgerald.
Talk about this ground ball a little bit with Fitzgerald. That was not an easy play. You know, your first one, you kind of want a Sunday hopper to get it going, don't you?
Yeah, maybe a soft line drive would be nice, but this one, it ends up that I think the mound affected it, and consequently he had to come in to get the short hop. Otherwise, he's got an in-betweener. Here's Fraley. A little bit of a grass cutter to Wade. 2 outs.
We always We always talk about the pitcher on opening day, about how he has to handle adrenaline. Well, the same thing for the guys on the field. You make a play like Fitzgerald did, does that calm you down?
You know, it definitely does, because you just start to think that they're not all going to be tough like that one. But it is nice to get the first one out of the way. Absolutely. Here's the catcher, Trevino. Trevino in that 9th spot. There's the strike. Big chopper. Adames to Wade. A 9-pitch inning, 3 ground balls. Giants back at it with Wilmer Flores to lead things off. All right, let's check out the Allstate Good Hands replay. And this was this morning with the brothers. Tyler and Taylor playing catch with the old football. Remember, they had a chance to do it a lot the past year or so. And now reunited with the Giants opening up in Cincinnati, where Taylor Fitzgerald ended up. Here's Wilmer Flores. Reds with a 1-0 lead. Taylor Rogers. Boy, he just pounded the strike zone. It's 0-2.
Just away for the most part with that fastball.
Why not go out there a little bit
paralysis
further?
Fastball. Well, yeah, you're in a protect mode, and at 100 miles an hour, you got to pull the trigger. You got to commit early. Good location in that 1-2 slider. Still looking for the slider. It's still lazy. Adrenaline still hasn't worn off completely.
Hit out into right center field, and it'll be Jake Fraley to make the catch. And here's Yaz. Mike Yastrzemski hitting in that 8th spot with Tyler Fitzgerald on deck. And the first pitch is wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Right on the inside corner.
That's as good a fastball as you can throw to Yastrzemski. Right in on the hands at 100. And he backdoors him with that slider. The way that slider's breaking right now, it looks more like a cutter than a slider. But I truly believe he's throwing through the break. Just too much velocity on it. It didn't have time to break.
And the first hit of the year for the Giants is a single off the bat of Mike Yastrzemski.
Well, he dropped it down around the knees, and Yastrzemski is a natural low ball hitter. Take a look at the location. Matt just dropped the head and let her go. Pitch Yastrzemski down there. You're doing him a favor, and he did not miss the 2-strike mistake.
Here's Fitzgerald. And a first pitch strike on a hanger.
I think that pitch right now is it's good at stealing strikes, because you get up there right now with the guy throwing 100 like he is, you're not looking for anything but the fastball.
Fitzgerald in that short 2-game series against the Tigers. The Tuesday game, he hit a home run. And the history with Tyler Fitzgerald is, if you go by what he did last year, he definitely hits them in bunches. Pulled foul. Top of the order, Lamont Wade Jr. to follow. Got him.
Kind of a backup slider, but first time through the lineup for Hunter Greene. 6 strikeouts.
Xfinity delivers Wi-Fi built for streaming live sports with ultra low lag. Stream the biggest moments from the best seat in the house with Xfinity. Wade popped out in the first inning. Here he pops up another one. Candelario giving chase, but it's going to be in the seats.
Well, Wade's had the best swings against Hunter Greene. And all those fastballs, those high velocity fastballs that Greene is throwing him, he's been on them. And he's not missing by much.
This one out over the plate, and it's foul down the left field line. And a quick 0-2. And this one's going to go to the backstop, and the throw's going to go down to second base after it cammed right back to Trevino.
When you take your secondary lead as a base runner, you want to watch the fly of the ball. If you see that that ball is going to be down in the dirt, I mean, you start to lean towards that bag. Yastrzemski had a nice jump.
Two and two. Got him. Challenge fastball at 99. 7 strikeouts for Greene.
Our upcoming schedule brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Giants and Reds series continues Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock and then Sunday morning at 10:30 first pitch. Then it's on to Houston for 3 against the Astros. Remember to catch pregame live a half hour before every game.
All right. Top of the order for the Reds here in the third. It's TJ Friedl. Friedl struck out to open up the bottom of the first. Here he fouls this one back. Webb, if you just joined us, struck out the first 2 hitters in the first, then walked the next 2, and then Candelario knocked in De La Cruz, and this is lined into left center field. It'll be cut off by Ramos, and Friedl with good speed is at first. Here's Matt McLain. McLain, it's a high fly ball, starting to carry, and Lee is on the track and he makes the catch. In July, that's gone.
You're absolutely right. That's how this ballpark plays. It's a very hitter-friendly ballpark. Catches a little backspin fly ball and it starts to drift. It took Jung-Hoo Lee about halfway into the warning track. At the point you make about summertime home run, spot on.
Here's De La Cruz who takes a strike. It was the 2-out walk to De La Cruz that kept the inning going, and he eventually scored. Oh, 0-2. Look out. Right over third base coach J.R. House. Heads up, J.R. That's why you got the helmet.
Greatest rule they ever put in.
Yep. Colin
Protect the
Cowgill
base coaches.
is coaching at first. This is going to be sliced down the left field line. Ramos does a good job of keeping Friedl at second.
Everybody's been crazy about Elly De La Cruz here in Cincinnati, and this is one thing that he's really learned to do since he's gotten to the big leagues. That's inside out breaking balls that come into him from a right-hander to go the opposite way. I mean, that's big time growth for a hitter. Nice at bat.
Lux drew a walk in the first. Here he takes just a shade high. First and second, 1 out.
Yeah, Webb not happy with that last location. He knows the ground balls are down around the knees with that sinker. That's his bread and butter, and that's what he's pitching for. He's a little perplexed right now. He keeps trying to. Every pitch you throw that doesn't go where you want it to go, you make an adjustment on it. Like that, and if you keep missing, I mean, it gets frustrating. Keep making adjustments and they're not working. But that last pitch is where he wants to be. He wants to sink down around the knees. He wants a ground ball.
And the play is going to be at first. It's not in time. Adames had to make a decision. And he thought he could get the force play at second, and when he realized that he couldn't, his throw was too late to first.
Well, it gives you an idea of the speed of Elly De La Cruz. I mean, runners at first and second, he's going to get a big jump, so he's going hard to try and put some heat on the double play. Adames realized that he couldn't get the play at second, and he only had one chance at first, and Lux runs too well. And that's a break for the Reds.
And a base hit. One run scores. Yaz is going to go to third, and they got him at third. So Lux is out at third. 2 runs come in, and it's 3-0.
Take a look at one of the best assist arms in the National League, Mike Yastrzemski, with a beautiful one-hop strike. Plenty of time to put the tag on.
This is Steer and a strike. Steer struck out to end the first inning. Every once in a while, the numbers just don't match up. Candelario coming into this game was 1 for 12 lifetime against Webb. Here he's got 2 hits and all the RBIs in this game.
Go figure.
Got him to end the inning. 4 hits in the inning. 3-0 Reds.
Well, there's nothing like opening day at Oracle Park. Giants going to take on the Seattle Mariners on April 4th, and it's a 12:45 pregame show. Pregame ceremonies, 1:35 first pitch. Go to sfgiants.com/opening day and get your seats.
Here's Adames, 3-0 Reds. Adames struck out looking. It's a high fly ball out to deep right field and in front of the wall. Fraley makes the catch. All right, play of the day presented by your California Ford dealers. 1 year ago tomorrow on opening day in San Diego, Jung Ho Lee singled off for Yu Darvish for his first major league hit. That's right, I forgot. We opened up in San Diego last year. Lee struck out in the first. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Don't see Jung-Hoo Lee strike out very often, and I always love to see what he does in his next at bat after a strikeout. When you have a reputation as a contact guy like he has, he puts the ball in play. Strike him out, that surprises him. Giants would love to get a base runner here, setting up the heart of the lineup.
And the walk. So Lee takes the walk, second base runner for the Giants. And here's Chapman. In tight, not by much, and it's 1-0. Chapman struck out in the second. Lee with good speed at first. No swing. A little reluctant was Corey Blazer. Swing, gonna miss. Elliot Ramos to follow. Trevino back by the Reds on that circle, and he makes the catch. So here's Ramos.
Easy play for the Gold Glover, Trevino, the catcher.
Here's Ramos. Big gap between the first baseman Encarnacion Strand and the second baseman McLean. There's your gap. Swing. They're going to miss to even the count.
Again, behind the count, he goes right up above the hands with the fastball. Seen a lot of swing and miss at that fastball is today. It's been a good one.
This one was out over the plate, and this time Ramos got a piece.
I mean, they set the outside target, and he misses up above the hands, gets the strike. Then they set an inside target, and he comes across the plate knee high on the outside corner and gets inside. That's a great 1-2 pitch combo, and I don't know if he was intended to do that.
Almost got hit. I think Ramos actually thought he was going to get hit. Full count. Now Lee will go. Let's see if Ramos.
Now let's take a look at that breaking ball you're talking about. I mean, it's just a backup breaking ball. There's just, I don't know how it missed him.
Lee's going to go. Foul back. We'll do it again.
Ooh, he was on that one.
Should Ramos reach, it'll be Patrick Bailey. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Reds with a 3-0 lead.
You got to be fast to wear those shoes that Jung-Hoo Lee has.
Out of play.
I don't think I could pull those off. Of course, they make you look fast.
I kind of like them.
I could see you wearing those when you were
Yeah,
playing.
3 and 2. And a battle.
You were an Adidas guy.
I was.
You were an Adidas guy. I was a Nike guy. Were you always an Adidas guy?
Yeah, I was. Quick toss. The ball squirts away from Encarnacion Strand. Another foul. You can see Green getting a little, I don't know, but upset, but he looked a little bit more disgusted than upset.
Big opening on the right side. McLean, the second baseman. I mean, he's about as far towards second base as he can get legally. Meanwhile, Jung-Hoo Lee is getting his sprints in.
And Ramos up in the pitch count on Hunter Green. High to right. Drifting back, Fraley at the wall. Out of here. So Ramos wins the battle, and the Giants with their first home run of the season.
And you shouldn't be surprised with Elliot Ramos when he goes opposite field. Remember, he's the only guy that's ever hit a ball in McCovey Cove from the right side in the history of Oracle Park. And that includes batting practice. And really, Adames was digging it. What a battle. And again, a fastball away, and Ramos just backspins it. He knew it right away. The way he walked out of there, I thought it'd be 20 rows up the bleacher seats.
Well, then he's the only one that knew it was gone. Derek Johnson, the Reds pitching coach, just had a word, and anything just giving Hunter Green a bit of a breather.
Yeah, Jake Fraley, the right fielder, kind of deked to both of us.
Well, plus it wasn't 20 rows back.
Well, yeah, but it was about 10 feet back, and he jumped up like he was trying to catch it at the wall.
Well, you never know. You might have some hops on this particular day. Bailey takes low. A little bit more animated on the mound, Hunter Green. See what Bailey gets, see if he can get something to hit. Nope. I think he pulled the string. 2-1.
11 pitches in that at bat. And on the 11th one, he leaves Earth.
Two and two. Out of play.
Yeah, home runs make you happy. They also make you popular.
Bailey goes down swinging, 8th strikeout. Giants on the board. A walk and a home run. First of the year for the Giants. And when it leaves the yard, it is bye-bye, baby. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Welcome back to the broadcast booth presented by Lazy Boy. I'm Dwayne Kuiper in Cincinnati. Mike is in our studio in San Francisco. So, Mike, give me a little observation on Logan Webb.
You know, a little geeked up early on. He's not established his changeup, which I don't think I've ever seen him have a start where the changeup hasn't been one of his big weapons. But so far, it hasn't really appeared.
Line drive, base hit off the bat of Encarnacion Strand, and it's a leadoff hit. Here's Fraley. Fraley bounced out to Lamont Wade. Bottom of the fourth. Swinging a pop-up. Chapman will call off Patrick Bailey, and he did it emphatically, as you might figure.
Well, you know how middle infielders, when they're going out there to the outfield on a pop-up, they're praying to hear an outfielder call. It's the same thing for a catcher. It's an awkward play for him. They're waiting for a corner infielder to call him off. He very happily bailed out of that one. Patrick Bailey did.
Trevino rolled out to Adames. One ball, no strikes. Very high.
Yeah, new ball. That ball's got no strikes in it. Throw that thing away. So, I mean, it's been that kind of a day where he's been behind, and he hasn't had a true feel of all of his pitches. This becomes a big pitch.
Well, it's really odd to see Webb miss by that much on a 3-0 pitch. And it'll get the attention of the manager and maybe a call down to the bullpen.
There's your call. Randy Rodriguez up now. And I would imagine this has got a little red flag on it to get well and get ready in a hurry.
Friedel bluffs a bunt and he takes high. Here comes JP Martinez again. .62 pitches.
One thing the Reds have been able to do. One thing the Reds have been able to do with Webb is get him in the stretch early into innings, and once he's gotten into the stretch, I mean, he's not been comfortable with it. The difference of Webb in the windup as opposed to the stretch is night and day. So from a pitching coach perspective, you know, you're making little suggestions. Shorten your stride by ½ inch. That's a big deal. Slow your pace down just a little bit. Make sure you're gathered on your back leg before you start to drive home. Make sure you keep your eye on the target. Don't take your eye off the target. Anything you can do to get him back in the strike zone with quality strikes.
Double play ball. 4, 6, 3. And just like that, Webb is out of the inning. Something that he has done his entire career. Get that double play.
This telecast is brought to you by Toyota. Class-leading MPG and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places. And by Cache Creek Casino Resort, Northern California's premier entertainment destination.
Here in Cincinnati, it's the 5th inning. Hunter Green going after Wilmer Flores with the Reds leading 3-2. And Wilmer pops it up. Playable for the first baseman, Encarnacion Strand. 1 pitch, 1 out. Tell me. So here's Mike Yastrzemski. He has got the first hit for the Giants. That was a single in the 3rd. Tyler Fitzgerald on deck. We're in a tight one. It's 3-2. Cincinnati here in the 5th.
Moderate shift employed defending Yastrzemski.
That's the pitch Mike usually likes, right at the knees. It's 2-2.
Yeah, the only way he takes that is if he's sitting on a breaking ball.
On the ground the other way, and he's got a base hit. So Yaz is 2 for 2. And here's Fitzgerald.
Yeah, it just took a little swing out. The 2-strike scenario goes the opposite way. That was not a hanger from Hunter Green. That was a pretty good pitch.
Fitzgerald, a strikeout victim in the 3rd. Gets a good pitch and fouls it straight back. He was on that one.
Another example of a good miss. They set an outside target with that fastball location, and instead of outside at the knees, it comes right in on his hands on the inside corner. And that's the one you think about for a while.
Yeah. 0-2. Yaz goes. Swinging a high fly ball center field. Fradel drifts back. He'll make the catch.
Well, lock in a reserve membership by April 1st and save 30% compared to average ticket prices. Choose from full season, 41 game, or the new 20 game plan and secure your seats for opening day. Go to sfgiants.com/memberships.
Wade 0 for 2. Lifted to left. Lux. And that'll do it. Reds are coming up. McLean to lead it off. Well, get all your highlights, analysis, live updates, podcast episodes, and more. Everything a Giants fan needs. The NBC Sports Bay Area app. You can download it now. Here's Matt McLain facing Logan Webb. And a first pitch strike. Reds are leading a 3-2.
That's a good first pitch. That's a perfect location in Logan Webb's mind, right at the knees with sink.
Giants 2 runs on 3 hits. The Reds 3 runs on 6 hits. Big chopper and a big hop for Adames, who throws him out.
McLain's got good speed. He can put some hurry up on a play.
Yeah, he does everything well. He's got some power. Here's De La Cruz, who's scored 2 runs in this game. He can do a lot of things well, but he can also strike out. He led the major leagues in strikeouts last year. He had 218. And a quick 1-2. Webb working hard. He's got 71 pitches.
We talk about Patrick Bailey, a Gold Glover, being the best framer in the game. Watch the frame job on this ball away where he tucks it in. That's absolutely perfect.
Got him. Happy birthday to Buster Posey, who turns 38 today. To Buster's left, Zach Manassian. Buster had his first major league home run right here in Cincinnati.
Well, he had a big hit in the playoffs too. 2012 when he hit a grand slam here.
And
difference in the game.
Both those home runs really ended up almost in the same spot as this one's high and foul and out of play. Gavin Lux. One and two. Yeah, we will always have those memories of that 3-game series here in 2012. And when you think of Jay Bruce, you can't help but think of Sergio Romo.
Oh my goodness. What a battle that was between those two guys.
Hit well. Lee is going to track it down on the track. 3 up, 3 down inning for Logan Webb. Giants are coming up. Ultimate Performer brought to you by your Bay Area BMW Centers. Buster Posey's Grand Slam in 2012 off of Matt Latos. That was as huge a hit in any of the 3 postseasons. And even at the time, we didn't know if it was going to be enough. Here's Scott Barlow to Willy Adames. Giants figured out a way to win 3 straight here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, down 2 in a 5-game series.
Reds hadn't lost 3 straight
They
all year.
lost the first 2 at home.
Adames, a strikeout and a fly ball caught to deep right field. Rolls this one foul. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Trouble light on? Well, we can fix that.
Scott Barlow, the new pitcher now for the Reds. You see his season last year. You see a lot of sliders from Scott Barlow. Low 90s fastball. Last year, 31 strikeouts. I'm not sure if that's right. 31 strikeouts seem to be like 68 strikeouts at 30. We need to check that one.
Got him. Barlow with the strikeout. Here's Lee.
But a guy that throws a lot of sliders has to have a good one if he's going to be successful up here, and he's got a good one.
Lee walked in the 4th. We talked about it during the spring training game. He's got that, starts out with a really wide open stance, but then closes it up. And he really kind of closes it up early.
And he gets gathered. He puts that his right toe up, and all that weight's on his back leg. I mean, it's a very interesting setup.
.93 in on his hands. It's 2-2. It was 62 degrees at first pitch. It's cooled off a bit since then.
Good pitch, good take. That was close.
Got him.
Again with the slider. Starts it off the inside corner. That lace snap.
Yeah, you just
Jung-Hoo Lee swings right over the top.
think sometimes you're going to get that 3-2 fastball when you don't. Chapman. Chapman a strikeout and a pop-up. Mike's had lots of sliders. Well, I mean, if you're a right-handed hitter, you know those sliders are going to be away. Popped up. Cruz backpedaling. Barlow with a 1-2-3-6. It remains 3-2 Reds.
On Saturday, April 5th, the first 15,000 fans will. On Saturday, April 5th, the first 15,000 fans will receive a Matt Chapman Gold Glove bobblehead presented by UCSF. And the lucky 1,000 fans are going to receive a Gold Dip Chapman bobblehead randomly distributed upon entry to Oracle Park. Go to sfgiants.com/promotions.
We've seen them. They're very cool. That was the scene getting into the ballpark today. Here's Randy Rodriguez. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Trouble light on. Well, we can fix that. No swing. 2 balls and no strikes.
Randy Rodriguez, the new pitcher now for the Giants. See what he did last season. Strikeout an inning. He's got a good fastball. Fastball, slider. Got a changeup to go with it.
Candelario has all of the runs batted in for the Reds. Good pitch. 3-2.
You don't expect to see something like that on a 3-1 count. That's as good a slider as he's got.
Got him. He threw it again.
Well, I mean, he follows it up. I mean, this is another good snapper. Right at the base of Ron Copa's strike zone.
Yeah, another nice job by
I think Ron
Patrick Bailey.
Copa likes calling strike 3.
Spencer Steer.
Patrick Bailey was waiting for that low pitch to get called a strike 2. Bailey doesn't always say something, but his body language will let that umpire know that he did not agree with the call.
All right. The count is correct. Right off the webbing of Patrick Bailey's glove. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
You see the addition to his chest protector. He gets a gold swoosh now. He wears Nike chest protectors, but he's a Gold Glover. He's got the label on his glove too. See the Rawlings label.
If I win one, I'm getting a gold car.
Well,
At least that's what the color's going to be.
Yeah. I don't blame you. You should have won 2.
Back-to-back strikeouts. Well, thank you, partner. There's only one place
Well,
to
there's only
celebrate.
one place to celebrate Giants. Giants moments of the past, the Giants moments yet to come. Authentic moments live right here on NBC Sports Bay Area.
2 outs. Here's Encarnacion Strand. And he offers at the first pitch and pops it above us and out of play. '99 on the outside corner. It's 0-2. This is the bottom half of the 6th inning. Sharply hit, fair. And it's going to squirt past Ramos. And Encarnacion Strand's got a double.
It's kind of a play where you can feel a little panic on it. If you're a left fielder coming to the wall, it can wrap around the arc in the fence and scoot right by you for a 3 and maybe sometimes even a inside the park home run. Not an easy play. Nicely done by Ramos.
Fraley, a ground ball and a pop-up. He's 0 for 2.
A little tilt of the head there by Bailey a couple times. Let Culpa know that he did not agree with that call. It was close. Could have got it.
Gets that one. It's 2-1.
When you're a pitcher, you want that catcher fighting for you. And Bailey will do that. And that's how you win your respect from your pitching staff if you're a catcher.
This is going to slice foul. 2 balls.
I mean, some catchers, they won't argue with an umpire because they're afraid that the umpire may take it out on them in their strike zone when they're hitting. But a true catcher, he forgoes that and he defends his pitcher always. And those are the guys you learn to love, and Bailey's one of those guys.
Fitzgerald and a 4-3 putout to end the inning. 7th inning coming up. Game summary is brought to you by Toyota. Logan Webb started this game, allowed 3 runs, 1 in the first, 2 in the third. His opposition was Hunter Green, who really was throwing the ball well until Elliot Ramos hit a 2-run home run in the 4th. Green in 4 innings, or make that 5 innings, struck out 8. So it's Emilio Pagan facing Ramos, who swings and misses. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service. Trouble light on. We can fix that.
Emilio Pagan, the new pitcher now for the Reds. Veteran. Take a look at what he did last year. League hit 278 off him, and he had to make a couple changes. He's throwing a circle change, a slider, and a fastball that averages around 95.
And he gets Ramos on a high fastball.
3-pitched him. And Ramos not happy about chasing the high fastball. He didn't have a lot of patience when he goes out of the strike zone up.
Bailey struck out twice in this game. Goes the other way, and drifting back is Lux. 2 outs. Here at Great American Ballpark, the sports writers have been moved from right below. Either they were below us, I think they were next door to us, into a section down the left field line. And even though you can't tell right now if they were unhappy about the news, I can tell you that they were unhappy. See, look at Alex.
There's Alex Pavlovich.
Yeah. Look out, Wilmer.
Look out.
But anyway, still a good seat. It's just that historically, sports writers have always been right behind home plate like we are.
John Shea, a couple seats down from Alex Pavlovich.
The whole clan. One and 2 to Wilmer Flores. Overall, we've always enjoyed coming here.
It's a good town.
Hey,
There is no bad town.
even liked Riverfront. Two and 2. Out of play.
I mean, I wasn't a big fan of synthetic fields, AstroTurf fields, but I like pitching in Riverfront.
And a full count
It
with
did get hot there.
Yastrzemski on deck.
We mentioned earlier how hot it gets here in humid Cincinnati. When they had AstroTurf, it 120 degrees at night when the game started.
Wilmer skies this one down the left field line. That'll be a souvenir.
They had a long runway that went from the players visiting clubhouse down to the dugout, and you had to go down a stair. And when you got down the double stairwell, the pathway, the hallway that you went to get to go to the next stairwell to go up to the field, it was cold. It was literally about 30 degrees cooler down there than it was on the field.
Oh, that almost
Came
got
from the
Barry
field and
Larkin.
walked down there. Who's broadcasting the game today?
Well, if you're going to hit it to somebody in a booth, hit it to Barry Larkin. He's a Hall of Famer. And another pop-up high and out of play.
He dresses like a Hall of Famer.
You know, you talk about two things: foul balls and Riverfront Stadium. And that was the spot for foul balls, right into the broadcast booth. I think Alma Lynch got hit 5 times on ricochets.
Alma, our stage manager and future Hall of Famer. She started bringing a glove and a catcher's mask.
Any foul ball hit, she ducked. I don't care if it was just foul down the left field line. So it'll be pitch number 11. He got him, and Wilmer knew it. It remains 3-2 Cincinnati. All right, thanks, Laura. Here it's a 3-2 lead. What do you got, Mike?
Well, it's the PNC Bank slow moment. The slow-mo moment was a home run the opposite field by Elliot Ramos, his first of the year, on the 11th pitch of the at-bat. And that made a 3-0 ball game a 3-2 ball game, and that has been the entire offense of the Giants so far today.
It's 3-2, so Giants go to the bullpen one more time. And it's lefty Eric Miller. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service. Trouble light on. We can fix that.
Take a look at the season last year for Eric Miller. It really was a breakout season. I mean, he really established himself as a big leaguer. 87 strikeouts against 38 walks and 67 and a third. Mid to high 90s with the fastball, big curveball, and a changeup now. All of which can make you look like a fantasy camper when you're hitting off them. They're all swing and miss pitches. Miller, a big guy, 6'5", 270, 27 years old. Former fourth-round pick of the Phillies back in 2019, came out of Stanford.
And he'll be going after Jose Trevino. Tyler Stevenson would be the regular catcher here in Cincinnati, but he's on the IL with a left oblique. Trevino fouls it back. He's bounced out to short and he's walked. Webb started and gave up 3. This one above John and Dave over on the radio side, and it's 0-2.
I think a lot can be said about a pitcher as to how good he does on days when he doesn't have all of his weapons. And that was kind of the day for Logan Webb.
Yeah, it's unusual, Mike, to see him walk anybody, and in the first inning after 2 outs he walked 2, and then Candelario, a base hit, cost them a run. Popped up third base side, foul territory. Chapman puts it away.
Your job as a big league pitcher is to go out and eat up innings and keep your team in the game, regardless of what type of stuff you have on any given day. And that's exactly what Logan Webb did today. I mean, he didn't have his A game, but you know, he pitched through some issues, made some big pitches when he had to. And he's trailing in this game by a run, but he's given his team a chance to win.
Outside to TJ Friedl. Scored a run back in the third. It's a strike on the outside corner or close to it.
Friedl with old style stirrups, black shoes. I mean, you see the way he wears his uniform. He wears it like Pete Rose wore it. They honored Pete Rose today. That's old school right there.
Lamont Wade right by the bag. Reds were pretty strict in the 70s about not showing any white in their stirrups. After all, what was it? The Cincinnati Redlegs?
They were the Redlegs. But the stockings that they had were heavy wool. And they were gnarly. We wore the same ones in Chicago when I was with the Cubs. They were gnarly.
It's 0-1 to McLean. I'm laughing because those Reds players, all of them, eventually would go to the All-Star team. And they finally got to do what they wanted to do. White shoes, socks, wherever they wanted. And, of course, they put on a show. McLean stays alive.
Back in the 70s, there'd be 4 or 5 or 6 Reds players on the All-Star team every year. There's the new look, Willy Adames, number 2.
Styling with the purple
It doesn't matter
glove.
what uniform.
Miller gets the strikeout. Giants are coming up in the 8th inning. They trail by 1. Well, the Giants open the home season April 4th through the 6th. It's a weekend series against the Mariners. It begins with opening day on Friday the 4th and continues with bobblehead and youth promotions into the weekend. Learn more and get your tickets at sfgiants.com/tickets. It's 3-2 Cincinnati. The new pitcher is Tony Santillan. So Santillan to Mike Yastrzemski, and there's a strike. See the numbers for Santillan last year. Pitched in 29 games. And right now he's, at least in this game, he's the 8th inning guy. A ball and a strike to Mike Yastrzemski. One and 2, make that 1-3. Here's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald is 0 for 2. Giants only have 3 hits in this game. Yastrzemski has 2 of those 3 hits. And a strike to Fitzgerald, a strikeout and a fly ball to center field. Chases that pitch low and away, and it's 0-2. Fitzgerald's going to take a walk. No swing. was close right there. Two and two. Lamont Wade Jr. to follow. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Fastball. Got him. Fourteen strikeouts for the Giants today.
That's something that they didn't do a lot of in spring training here. Santillan goes right up above the hands with a well-placed fastball. Perfect pitch.
Here's Wade. Wade takes very high. Well, Green had the bulk of the strikeouts. He had 8. And he did that in 5 innings.
He struck out 6 of the first 9 guys he faced. 7 of the first 10.
Behind home plate is Trevino, and it's just out of play. Good take down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Tried to back door with that slider.
It's an overthrow by Santillan.
Easy to do when you're trying to add velocity.
Mark Hallberg.
Santillan's a big fella, 6'3", 290. When you're 6'3", 290, you got to be able to throw hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Wade hammers one to right field, and it's tracked down in right field by Jake Fraley to end the inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
It is the bottom of the 8th as Tyler Rogers makes an appearance.
Take a look at the numbers for Rogers last year's solid season. 51 strikeouts against 6 walks.
Out of play.
Tyler Rogers, 34 years of age. In his 6th year at the big league level, 6'3", 180-pounder. Unique.
Big chopper. And Rogers will beat De La Cruz to the bag.
You don't get a lot of time with Cruz coming down the line, and if he's sniffing a base hit, you don't have any room for error.
So with
Hesitate, you have no chance to get him.
Rogers covering the bag, Bailey's going to go out and see if he needs a breather, or maybe check and see if he's okay. So here's Lux. These two ought to have some history. Let's check it out. 2 for 7. Line drive right at Chapman. That's the quickest out of the day.
I mean, he didn't even get his back foot out of the batter's box.
Here's Jamie Candelario. He's got all the RBIs in this game for the Reds. A single, a 2-out single in the first to knock in a run, and then a single in the third to knock in 2. In the 9th inning for the Giants, it'll be Adames, Lee, and Chapman. And a 4-pitch walk.
You saw Ian Jabot, the closer for the Reds, getting ready.
Steer takes a really healthy swing and fouls this one straight back. Off the end of the bat, Chapman will go the long way, and that'll end the inning. 9th inning coming up. As I mentioned, Adames, Lee, and Chapman. is the 9th inning with the Giants trailing 3-2. Ian Jabot is the new pitcher.
Take a look at what Jabot did last year. Had some injuries he had to deal with. And when he's right, you're going to see a mid-90s fastball, a lot of cutters.
Adama's out of play.
Dunn, the new left fielder for Cincinnati.
In tight. One and two.
Phew, he just missed it.
Up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's seen up and in a lot today, effectively up and in by Reds pitching. Right at the hands with fastballs.
Got him. One out here in the 9th, and here's Jung-Hoo Lee.
Well, you go up above the hands and you set up the breaking ball away, and that is a good snapper. Has him out front, swinging right through it.
Lee with a couple of strikeouts, which is really unusual. And here he takes a strike. Pops this one back and out of play. And Jabot to the plate. Top of the 9th. Two and two. Giants will take a base runner right now any way they can.
Any way they can, especially one with speed like Jung-Hoo Lee.
Out of play.
95-mile-an-hour challenge. As you mentioned, there are a lot of strikeouts in this game today for Reds pitching. 15 Giants gone down. Everybody in the lineup has struck out at least once.
High fastball at 93, and Jung-Hoo Lee stays alive. We got a pretty good battle going on here in the 9th. And the walk.
Great at bat. And that's the walk you were asking for.
Well, it's only chapter 1, and what you want to be a very significant book here in the 9th. Here's Chapman. Chapman would like that one just 5 inches lower.
Yeah, that had some hang to it. He's trying to steal a strike with it.
And a base hit to right field. Lee is on the move. He hits the bag at second. He'll make third easily. And the Giants have runners at the corners with 1 out. Well, we talked about that big hole like earlier in the game.
And he takes advantage of it right here. Again, a hard fastball. And inside out. I mean, you've got to be strong to be able to fight that off. And there's the hole you're talking about. And an easy take a third for Jung-Hoo Lee.
So Ramos, who had the 2-run home run in the 4th, will step up. Another big hole between first and second. And a strike right off the bat. Oh, 1. Foul back. Down the line in right field was the home run in the 4th.
The 11th pitch of the at-bat, and not a hanger either off of Hunter Green. And he knew it as soon as he hit it.
He just made a perfect pitch.
And not a lot you can do about that. They set up an outside target. And it is right there, scraping the low edge on the outside corner at the knees.
Well, now it takes a hit or a mistake. It's up to Patrick Bailey. Ooh, nice play by Trevino. Lee was coming down the line. That pitch gets away from Trevino. It was not going to surprise Lee.
Completely on the other side of the target.
No swing, 3-0. I mean, if you're Bailey right now, I think you get the green light.
Why not?
How to play. It's 3-1.
And he was looking for that fastball away, and he got it. And I have no problem with that. Wilmer Flores ready on deck, wants to hit this inning twice.
And a base hit, and this game is tied. Bailey comes through. It's 3-3.
Yeah, it was a 3-1 count, but with a base open. So Gibaut, the pitcher, did not have to come in like that. But to Bailey's credit, he didn't try and do too much. He goes up the bat and takes it right back up the middle and completely splits the defense in the infield. And we got a brand new ball game.
Here's Wilmer Flores.
Money hitting.
And Wilmer takes a strike.
Comes back with a perfect slider.
And a quick 0-2 to Wilmer Flores. Up and in.
Another good pitcher. Right on the hands with that fastball. I mean, that's been the theme today with these Reds pitchers. I mean, all of them have pounded at the hands with the gas.
High drive to left. Done back. Out of here. And the Giants take the lead on the home run by Wilmer Flores. Unbelievable.
All spring long, they did this with 2 strikes, 2 outs. And he gets a little bit too much strike zone with the slider from Jabot, and he takes the hanger right out of here.
Giants with a 4 spot here in the 9th. They lead 6-3. Take a look at the swing by Wilmer Flores in the Giants dugout.
They'll do it as soon as it hit the bat. And he did it with 2 strikes.
Sam Moll, the lefty, to Mike Yastrzemski, the lefty. So the first hit of the game for Wilmer Flores leaves the park. And with 1 swing of the bat, he leads the team and runs batted in.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he overtakes Elliot Ramos.
See Moll's numbers from last year. He had a good solid season.
Yaz down swinging to end the inning. Giants score 4 times, a walk, 3 hits, 2 big hits, Bailey a 1-out single, and then this, Wilmer Flores. Bye-bye, baby. Giants lead 6-3. Well, things have turned around. It's the bottom of the ninth, and the Giants lead 6-3. Giants closer Ryan Walker comes into the game.
Take a look at the numbers for Ryan Walker last year when he really, the rookie campaign, wound up being the closer with 10 wins and 10 saves.
So this is Encarnacion Strand, who has a couple of hits. He's 2 for 3. Outside to even the count.
Again, yeah, I love this angle right over the top of the pitcher. You can really see just how wide that breaking ball goes. It's a power frisbee is what it is.
Look out, it almost hit him. And geez, it sounded like it did. The Reds are trying to look at it. And
It's one you can challenge.
Move on.
I don't know how it did hit him.
Swing, gonna miss. 2-2.
To throw the way that he does, you've got to be a strong man, and he is. I mean, the whole, from the bottom of his shoes to the top of his hat, he is put together.
Up the middle. Nice play, 1 out. Boy, it's nice to
Walker's
have
put together like a farmer.
Nice to have Micah's shortstop arm playing second.
Yeah, Giants, you talk about all the arms they have from second base over to third base in this infield. It might be the best in all of baseball.
Here's Fraley. At the knees at 95.
Slight pinch in the left center field gap.
Adames, shallow center field, 2 outs. By the way, Mike, got your pen? 40.
Yes, I do.
43,876. That is
Sellout.
your attendance here today at Great American Ballpark. Hurtubise, Jacob Hurtubise is the pinch hitter, and he fouls this one out of play. Look out. And that time it got him. No, the Reds are in a spot where they need a base runner any way they can, and they're going to get one.
Little breaking ball, it ate him up. He had nowhere to go. By the way, I do not want to pick that guy on my dodgeball team.
Runner goes in the dirt. I don't know what they'll rule on that, but I'm going to give him a stolen base. And a base hit. So coming in to score is Hurtubise. But for the Reds. More importantly, they get the tying run to the plate. And it's Matt McLain. And a strike.
And a little anger behind that fastball.
Boy, was it ever.
Terry Francona, the new skipper of the Reds. One of our all-time favorites right there.
High to left field and deep. Ramos back at the wall, and this game is over. Well, you might as well start out the season with just a little bit of torture. And the Giants come back with 4 in the 9th to beat the Reds. First 9th inning comeback